Let's do this. Go! What's up, everybody? Welcome, you sexy geniuses, you. You were smart enough to tune in to the greatest show in the history of mankind. This is The Dusty Smith Show, and I'm your host, Thomas Edison. Thank you for joining me tonight, as always. Have an amazing fucking program. Gonna nail it as we are wont to do. Was just researching this stuff about Krystal Ball. Her parents named her that. What the hell? We'll be covering that. Lots of stuff. As always, got a big show. I think I might have the biggest hero section in the history of this show, which is good. Usually I don't have very many heroes for the hero section because this world is trash. But of course, following the hero section, we have a huge trash world section because it's the world we live in. What you gonna do? But for those of you who just joined us for the first time, this is the show where we rapidly cover the 50 most interesting stories of the week and crack jokes about it. So be sure to join us live every week, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern, because chatting with the greatest audience in YouTube is half the fun. And goddamn, our audience is so good. I love the shit out of you. What do you got to say for yourself, pores? For those of you who's joining us, we have super chats, but also lots of people can't afford to get the super chats. So they're the pores, the dastardly damned pores, who I love in a different way. Hey, all cool people. Okay, you mods too. Yeah, the mods are great. Thank you for the mods. We love you. Appreciate your service. Dusty, are you covering the House Reps passed the bill? Legalize Mary Jane. We are going to cover that a little bit, but don't get too excited. It's not going anywhere. It's not actually going to pass. Lucy, once again, is pulling the football out from under us. Stupid Charlie Brown. When you going to stop being so gullible? The damned pores. I love you, but you're burning in hell for eternity for being so goddamn poor. Folks, guess what? I started working out again. Yeah, like I only did it one day, but that's pretty much good enough, right? A start. Every journey begins with just one step, and I did it. I moved my whole weight room in the other room, so I got more room to work out now. Cool. Gonna get beefcake. Imagine this face, which is already godlike, on top of a ripped body. Well, it's not gonna happen, but imagine it, because that would be cool. Shout out to all the pores. Yep, love me some pores. Dusty is leaving YouTube. What day is it? This is the worst fucking day of the year. My least favorite day. I know it's because I'm an old curmudgeon. I'm an old cranky bitch. But I cannot fucking stand April Fool's Day. You know why I can't stand April Fool's Day? For the same reason I hate magic. Because I don't want to be lied to. I hate that. Ooh, I'm going to saw this woman in half. No, you're fucking not. You saw that woman in half. I'll be very mad at you. You lying motherfucker. Don't do that, because that's murder. Valley of the Damned. Let me scroll up before this. There it is. Nomad! Your shit's about to disappear, Nomad, because the super chat thing sucks. So I'll read yours. Figured Lynyrd Synrd would. Never did like their song, Sweet Home Alabama, where the chuds are so cool. Just about how you don't have to feel guilty, which would be fine if you didn't have Confederate Memorial everywhere. Yeah, right. They're doing, unsurprisingly, what you would expect chuds to do. Jumping on Ron DeSantis side, we gonna be covering that. Folks, my Patreon went down $100 today. So that's bad. But hey, you like my show and you want to support it, please consider supporting me on Patreon. If you're supporting other people and you don't watch their material as much as you watch mine, then support me. Or if they're hiding how much they're making, don't support me instead. Split it, whatever, help me out. I'm being pretty honest about how much I make and everything, and I'm working hard. I actually worked so hard on the show tonight, I don't know if the show's complete, There might be a few things in this big-ass show that is sort of out of order. I worked on it like the last fucking minute. I've been working on this shit all day. Working hard for my money. So hard for it, honey. I work hard for my money. So you better treat me right. And also, super chats. You know how the super chats work. No questions dodged. I answer them all. So you can immortalize yourself forever and ever and ever. Amen. In the super chats. And the pub night. Hello, Dusty. And everyone, logic to you, pub night. Or Yami Yami says, finally got work after 3 months. Well, congratulations. That's awesome to hear. I hear the unemployment rate is extremely low, like historically low. So there's jobs out there for all you lazy motherfuckers. Get to work. Apparently, nobody wants to work anymore, except everybody seems to have a job now. So much for that theory. Also, quit smoking after a week. I hope that's just cigarettes. Don't quit smoking weed. I'm related to smoking. Thought I'd celebrate with you. Hell yeah, celebrate. Holiday. And E, my buddy E is back, and you're gonna be in trouble. Hey yeah, E is back. Love, light to all. The pirate says so. The greatest pirate to ever live. E. Also got the best nickname of anybody in our audience. E. One letter says it all. E. Way better than Q. And B-Vaughn, $2. Trump or DeSantis. Who will they send in 2024? Trump. Trump gonna be president again, which is terrible for the country and the world, but amazing for this show. You know, they're always complaining, my God, you can't say anything anymore. Comedy is dead. God damn it, this is the golden age of comedy. The greatest time to ever live. If you write jokes, the whole show just writes it fucking itself. Love Freebird, though. I never cared for Freebird. And I'm free as a bird now. But I don't think the original Lynyrd Synrd guy is the lead singer anymore. I think it's his little brother now. So I don't know how long he's been the lead singer. Like, I don't give a shit about Lynyrd Synrd. I always thought they sucked, but whatever. I'm about to sneeze. Fuck. Hope I don't got that COVID. Thanks, Dusty. You helped me unchud myself. Hey, I am honored to help you in any way I can. Straight Seer. Good to see you tonight. I'm sorry for my snifflies. Fuck off, Dusty, and your snifflies. All right, let's go into the show, because it's going to be a long one. Gotta get it going like I do. Long and hard. Sexual. And now, gotta do a little bit of religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. And as always, we have 10 cats around us. If you see a cat ass in my face, that's just Jesus telling me to shut the fuck up. First off, on religious bullshit, as always, hate preachers back, and they gonna be hateful. Hey nah, hate preachers are back. Christian hate preacher Jonathan Shelley, he has an advice for soul winners. So this is the guy that likes to go around screaming about how all gay people should be murdered. But he's like, hey, maybe when you're going door to door, don't scream that at people, because it's probably not the best way to win them over to Christ. But like, you're doing it in your church, and we're broadcasting your words to everybody. So you're right. It's a horrible way to bring people to Jesus Christ, but it's a great way to drive them away. So thank you for your service, dickhead.
I would just say in general, you want to be on your best behavior. You just want to make sure that your conversations too are not kind of weird. And you know, just like, man, I hope every dies and goes to hell. Ding dong, you know, and it's like there's a time and place to scream that, but you know, probably not soul winning. You want to be respectful.
There's not. It's not a time and place to scream that. There's never a good time and place to scream that. But hey, I appreciate you doing it, because you're creating more atheists than I could ever have dreamed of, and I have made a lot of atheists. But you got me beat, dude. Appreciate you. And also, they're so weird. These guys are so fucking weird. It's amazing how much money they make with the grift. This is a religious right activist, Shane Vaughn, and no, I've said this before, but I'm starting to think the whole Trump thing might be a cult.
He is the hammer of Yahweh for the nation of Israel.
Well, shouldn't he be the hammer of Yahweh for America? What about America first? Why are we more concerned with another country than we are America? You Christians are weird.
And round we go. He says it was stolen because the hammer of the Lord keeps beating at the rock to reveal the rot.
Okay, so the election got stolen for Trump, but it's all part of God's plan, so we're actually doing God's work. Why aren't you happy with us? Hooray, it was stolen. That's a good thing, isn't it?
You could say that the United States political system is in for a pounding, and the name of that Trump is
not the only thing in for a pounding.
The name of that Trump is Donald.
He wants to be
That's
pounded
why
by
God
Donald.
said through his servant Kim Clement, I will raise up the next president. His name will be Donald. Do you know why God told that to Kim Clement?
Guys know who Kim Clement is? He's dead now, but he's this old prophet who used to sit in his basement and play piano and just like make wild prophecies all over the place. And of course, he'd prophesied now 1,000 things during one little sermon, one little concert he would play, and then they would just like pick and choose the few things that seemed to have come true and ignore all the other stuff. So they still worship him, even though he's dead, and even though he's a con man.
In 14, because he had told it to us in 09, I will raise up a hammer. And now he finishes that prophecy. I will raise up a man by the name of Donald. And the good news is, ladies and gentlemen, God raised up that hammer, pounded away the United States, and saved America.
He saved
temporarily.
Temporarily. God, in his infinite wisdom, he's all powerful. He saved America temporarily. I mean, yeah, it got stolen from him, but, he'll be back. Can't expect God to do everything. I mean, he's all powerful, but not that all powerful.
Holding back the agenda of the left, but the enemy came back in. Now Donald Trump must return to finish his work, but it will be after war. This is going to be a war like you've never seen.
Okay, well, that sounds bad. Hey, all-powerful God, can we avoid war, please? Could you just like show us your love, and instead of making us fight each other, just like show us you love us by curing cancer or some shit, curing homelessness or world hunger, anything except for war, you fucking dickhead. Just saying. God. Folks, prepare to celebrate. He's back! Everybody's favorite mullet-headed prophet, Silly Ray Cyrus! Oh my God, I was happy as a little girl. It's amazing! God damn it, Silly Ray, why aren't you doing more crazy shit? You should be like in the news every fucking week. Need to step up your crazy game, Silly Ray. But anyway, he back. Saying the usual shit, folks. He can't pray for Joe Biden as the president, cause there's no such thing as Joe Biden as president. Don't believe reality. Believe me and my silly ass wig.
And the Lord would have me tell you this, and hear this very plainly. Donald Trump is the president.
No, he's not. He's literally not the president.
There is none other recognized by heaven
That means
at this
a lot.
time.
Well, heaven seems pretty
And
feckless.
so do not let people fool you into thinking such things.
Yeah. Don't be fooled by liars
You can
and con men.
pray for the office of the president. You can pray for Joe Biden. But you cannot pray for President Joe Biden, because there is no such being. And your prayers are empty.
Okay, well, I guess Joe Biden is not to blame for all the things you continuously blame him for then. Joe Biden is not to blame for immigration or gas prices or Russia attacking Ukraine, because he's not president. Can't have it both ways. Either he has no blame or he has all the blame. Pick one, mullet.
Yes, but he's in that place, isn't he?
Yes.
No.
He's not.
We, the people, did not put him there.
You, the
And
people,
that
didn't.
is
I,
the
the people,
covenant
did.
made
No.
between God and this country.
No. God doesn't have a covenant with this country because he doesn't exist and Joe Biden's president. But cry more, noob. And one more. On the religious bullshit, folks, I got asked the week before last, why don't you associate with the atheist community anymore? Because of this kind of shit. The entire atheist community came in, turned out to be a bunch of con men, shitheads, chud assholes, narcissists, people willing to sell out everything they believe in for a few bucks. Case in point, here's atheist author Robert M. Price, gonna give his opinion on racism, transphobia, and conspiratorial thinking. And yikes. Just goes to show you, just because you're an atheist doesn't mean you're smart or a good person in any way whatsoever.
Why do you think some people accuse you of being a racist?
Because she's a racist and a conspiracy theorist and a shithead and a creepy old motherfucker. All of the above.
Well, I think it's a Saul Alinsky move.
With trans people, would you, if they wanted to be referred to as a certain pronoun, would you do it?
No, I'm afraid I will not let people tell me what to say. The only immoral part of the whole trans thing is when kids are actually indoctrinated by leftist teachers to say, well, you know, maybe you ought to switch over. And
give an example. Give one fucking example ever where a leftist teacher said to one of their students, hey, I mean, you're obviously completely cisgender, but have you ever thought of switching over? You can just switch. You should. Here's puberty blockers. Like, literally never fucking happened. God damn it. Piece of shit liars.
And so they have no business doing that.
They're not doing
and when
it.
you have Black Lives Matter, for instance, saying that they are against the nuclear family and want to see it dismantled.
I don't know anything about that.
What are they aiming?
Like, Black Lives Matter is not a monolith. So if one Black Lives Matter dude said that, don't mean jack. Dude looks like my dad, doesn't he? What the fuck?
At there. Well, you see that again with these teachers telling kids, well, we're going to talk about you changing gender. We're not going to tell your parents.
Where? Where are they talking? What are you talking about? Are you saying the fact that they acknowledge that transgender people exist is trying to get people to switch gender? It doesn't work like that, you know? It's like, just because you tell somebody gay people exist, that doesn't make you gay, okay? I mean, if watching gay porn made me gay, okay, that's a bad example.
They think they have the right to do that.
What do you think of the Capitol riot?
Oh, that was a false flag.
Oh, of course
operation.
it was. Super duper.
Why
I reported on it every step of the way. They said they were going to do it. They did it. They admitted they did it. But yeah, totally false flag.
do you think Trump lost?
I don't think he did. I am persuaded that the election was stolen.
By what? By what are you persuaded by? Show me your evidence. Good God.
But I know this is really going to get me in hot water or hot lava. But I think the death penalty is way too sparsely enacted. I think that, for instance, that rioters should simply be shot down as they used to be.
Yeah, let's shoot rioters, except for, the January 6 people. They didn't really do that. Doesn't count for them. What he's really talking about is the black rioters. Anybody who riots for black causes. Anybody who tries to overthrow the government and install a dictator, nah, they're cool. Super cool. Shut up, Dad. You're not my real dad anyway. So anyway, if you want to know why I don't associate with the atheist community anymore, there's yet another fucking example. And cool, that's my religious bullshit. Awesome. Check the super chats real fast. If George Collin was alive, best believe he'd be going hard on these bigoted atheists. I agree. Met his daughter one time. She seemed nice. And welcome to the Cool Kids Club, a new Dust Buddy, Resident One. You too can become a good Dust Buddy. It is $2.99 a month and gives you customized emojis to spend the chat with. Stuff like ACAB and Bing Bong. So, support the show and be awesome. Become a Dust Buddy now. There's a button you push over here to do that. I don't know how you do it. You'll figure it out. Billy Ray Cyrus. It's silly Ray Cyrus. And Kirk Cameron are proof that some former stars shouldn't be allowed to go grab up mythological being. Okay, see, some people actually believe that that's Billy Ray Cyrus. It is not Billy Ray Cyrus. It is silly Ray Cyrus. It is a preacher whose name is Rubin Bullock, who I just call silly Ray Cyrus. Billy Ray Cyrus actually seems sort of cool. I actually like Billy Ray Cyrus. So, but Kirk Cameron, I agree. Everything else you said, spot on. The Nomad, you might not have a PhD in communism, but I like your laid-back attitude. Yeah. If there's one thing I'm known for, it's how chill I am. Appreciate it. And it's your birthday, 57. Fuck yeah. You're almost exactly 10 years older than I am. Hope I'm as cool as you when I get 57. Goddamn it, E. Happy birthday, man. Sorry, you're not here to celebrate it with me, but I'll have some wine later in your honor. Fuck yeah, E. Everybody tell E happy birthday. That is a demandment. One of the 10 demandments. You must wish E a happy birthday. All right, cool. Let's continue on because we got a big show for you guys. As always, huge. And in honor of the fact that we have the largest hero section in the history of the show, this one goes out to everybody's favorite singer, Billy Idol. Rest in peace, Billy. We could be heroes for just one Billy Idol. Yeah, love me some Billy Idol. Money, money, Billy Idol. He wrote that song for all of y'all. And first off, on the heroes, we did it. We did it. And by we, I mean Amazon did it. And by Amazon, I mean Amazon employees did it. Finally, in one area, the Amazon employees voted to have a union, and it passed. Finally, it passed. Here's the moment. Amazon workers at Staten Island warehouse declared victory in their vote to form the first Amazon union in the United States. Holiday! Celebrate! Woo! Woo! Let's go, motherfuckers! We did it! Jeff Bezos is sweating his balls off! Hell yeah. Good job, guys. Apparently, this was put together by Chris Smalls, who was fired by Amazon. Used to work for them. And then people were like getting COVID. And he was like, oh, shit. Amazon don't seem to be protecting us very well. At our warehouse, they seem more worried about profits than protecting their employees. And so he started a strike. And so they fired him. So he's like, I'm going to have the last laugh on you motherfuckers. So he worked his ass off. And he created his own union. Wasn't like the typical union. There's like a lot of already pre-made unions all across the United States where you can just plug into it. He's like, nah, we're going to do it from scratch. And he created his own. They had barbecues and they invited Amazon employees, gave them tons of food and literature and talked to them. And they did it. So we didn't see this everywhere. Hopefully this is just the avalanche that is about to fucking happen. And of course, he had some badass shit to say. Here's some cold-blooded quotes. He said, we want to thank Jeff Bezos for going to space because while he was up there, we were organizing a union. Oh, snap. That's cold. That is cold. Don't seem cool. Hope he stays that way. Congratulations, Amazon. And the greatest part about this shit is watching all the conservatives melt down. Here's Jim Cramer. One of the most evil sons of bitches in the world. They got to make you afraid of unions, folks. I mean, they're for the workers, obviously. They're to make sure workers actually make a living wage. And second richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos, might have to pay $1 or $2 more to make sure his employees can live instead of having to be subsidized by the government, which all these rich billionaires fucking are. But of course, the greedy uber capitalists have to scare you about the evils of unionization. So here he is going to claim that, oh my God, no one's going to work anymore now there's a union.
At scale.
Well, we know that the union work rules are what everything is about. It's the same case with Starbucks, too. If you can't tell your employees when they work, then you're really not able to have much of an ability to be able to move product or move coffee. And I think that the unions will be in charge of time that you need to work. And that would be dreadful very dreadful for Andy Jassy.
So and that's stupid. Just a U.S. picture, right?
Yeah.
They got Europe to think about as well.
You know, look, one of the problems was, Starbucks does indeed have unionized places in the ones that they franchise, but if you can't control the work rules, no one wants to work certain shifts. So you can just say, listen, I'm not going to work that shift, and Amazon would not be able to say, yes, you must work it. So that's what at stake with union is time that you have to work.
Our thanks to D.
This is definitely a good faith argument. Oh my God, people aren't going to work. Yes, they are. That's bullshit. Amazon will still set the shift hours. And even if they didn't, you can always find somebody who wants to work a certain time period. Like I used to work night shifts. That was great. I love that. I love having my days free. And you'll have some people that want to work the days. You'll have some people that want the weekends free. And you'll have some people that don't want the weekdays free. You'll always be able to find people to slot into those positions. This is obviously just incredibly bullshit fear-mongering, but cry more, capitalist! Love to see it. And for some reason, I would say leftist, but fake leftist, Krystal Ball, who is a real human being that has that goofy-ass name, decided to attack AOC over this? Yeah, of all the people you could attack fucking AOC. So AOC's like, muscle, yeah. Hey, current vote totals. Yes, 1518. No, 1154. We're going to do it. Hooray. She's celebrating. Because cool. And so Krystal Ball, who in my opinion is one of these Jimmy Dore type fake leftists who's probably a Russian asset. Also, weasel-ass Cal Kalinski's girlfriend. Shocker. Decides to, why wouldn't you attack AOC? I mean, of all the fucking people you could attack, of all the Republicans who spend all their times ensuring that no one is ever unionized, of all the Christian shitheads who spend every waking hour make sure the working man is fucked, why would you spend your time attacking one of the few people in all of Congress who's actually progressive, who's actually trying to evolve our society? Well, because, I mean, you can make your own guesses about why this is. Is she being paid by the Russians knowingly or unknowingly? I don't know. Like, is she just a piece of shit who wants to do the, I'm attacking the left from the left thing because it's very lucrative to do so? Probably. But anyway, she's like, here's the guy who organized the union, talking about how you left them high and dry. These are your constituents, and you couldn't be bothered to show up until they were on the cusp of victory. And they're not our constituents, she said. The warehouse isn't in my district. And maybe you should look at the map before claiming so. One scheduling conflict aside, we have requested oversight investigations in Amazon, met with Amazon workers in the Woodside warehouse, and more. Hope you do more due diligence next time. I mean, AOC is like one of the main Congress people that have pushed tirelessly for unionization. Literally no reason to attack her. And it went back and forth, and she basically accused AOC of not really worried about security, as she said, because she went to some kind of gala party, and then everybody's like, well, they have really good security at the gala. So her saying she might be concerned about security doesn't mean that her going to the gala makes her a hypocrite when they have very good security there. So anyway, fuck off, Krystal. I'm on Team AOC. What? AOC is no longer a true progressive. Oh, God, you guys are so fucking stupid. Who is Jimmy Dore? Jimmy Dore, who spends all his fucking time doing nothing but helping the right take and maintain power. Are they the ones that are true progressives? Like, how? You guys are so fucking stupid and gullible. It's like literally no wonder that the Don't Say Gay bill has a 52% approval rating from Democrats. You guys are just so fucking stupid. Yeah, Russian assets, the lot, I agree. Whether they know it or not, exactly what they fucking are. Smarten up, dipshits. And don't pee on me! God damn it! Fuck! This cat just came here and peed on me. Why did you do that? God damn it, Baby Yoda just walked over here and raised her ass and just sprayed me a little bit. Why not? Middle of my show. You know what I needed in the middle of this fucking show? Cat piss all over me. Thank you. How did you know, Baby Yoda? What do you get for the man that has everything? A little cat piss during the middle of a live show. Awesome. And so, anyway, also speaking of heroes, AOC, she pointing out rightfully how racist this goddamn country is. Mitt Romney says, worst domestic news today. I mean, we did find out today the unemployment rate is like historically fucking low, but the Biden administration will admit double or more the number of undocumented immigrants at the border starting May 28th. Oh no, the Browns. I can't believe the darkies are coming in. I mean, good God, folks, we need immigration so bad. We are not having enough babies to support our population anymore. We just aren't. People like me are like, kids, that sounds fucking awful. We have birth control now. We're making better decisions for ourselves and our lives, and a lot of people are not having babies. And we have an aging population. We need more immigration to support us. Unemployment is at like a historic low. There are so many fucking jobs we can't find anybody to do. Plus, immigration does something but boost the economy. They bring their own economy with them. It all fucking helps. Mitt Romney says, best geopolitical news today, the same as above, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, be afraid of the brownies and the immigrants. And of course, AOC rightly says, for those keeping score, when asylum seekers are European, politicians quickly recognize them as refugees. Yep. When they're from elsewhere, the same folks call them undocumented. Yep. Remember, seeking asylum is a legal right for all people, despite their prejudice. The more you know. Yep. But they don't give a shit. If you're white and you lean Christian, bring them all in. But any other color, oh my God, it's the worst crisis in America. It's just, I don't know how you can deny the racism at this point, but they will. They always do. I know, right? Cat agrees with me. And I usually don't give Joe Biden the benefit of being in the hero section, but I have kind of done that recently. And just saying, like, I hate to admit it, but Joe Biden is doing kind of a good job compared to, I mean, I know it's a low bar and shit, but jobs created by president average per month. I mean, Trump's the only person in modern times to leave office with less jobs than he started with. Bush almost did. You see, the Republican presidents always are bad for jobs, regardless of what they tell you, what they say. It's always bullshit. Democrats have always been better for job creation because trickle-down economics doesn't work, and that's all Republicans are interested in. Tax cuts for billionaires and trillionaire companies, which don't trickle down. So Biden's actually doing a real fucking good job, it seems like, in certain instances. So, unsurprisingly, he has the lowest approval rating of like any president ever, and he's going to lose miserably because we're a goddamn garbage country who doesn't deserve good things. We deserve probably to burn to the fucking ground. Don't pee on me again, baby. Go away. I do not want your urine on me. No, thank you. And speaking of heroes, you guys know about the Don't Say Gay bill, right? The whole point of the Don't Say Gay bill is to no, get away from me, is to have vague language in order to scare teachers into in no way even acknowledging that gay people exist, or that anybody of any other gender, or that gender is a social construct, or that pronouns exist, right? And so this hero has an amazing way to handle the situation. Attention parents, a teacher from Palm Beach County, Florida shared this template with us. It is being shared among teachers to use for grades K through 3. And I guess it's a letter that he's sending home with the children that says, "Dear Florida parent/caretaker. The Florida House of Representatives has recently ruled that classrooms instructed by school personnel or third parties on sexual orientation or gender identity may not occur in kindergarten through grade 3 or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students," which means that's so vague, you can never tell what they might be suing you for. If you're a gay teacher, you can't say, "Hey, this is my husband." If you have a student that has 2 dads, like Dave Rubin, his kid's going to go to these, I guess he doesn't live in Florida, but if he lived in Florida, if he go to these schools, and they'd be like, "Hey, where's your mom?" The teacher can't say, "You've got 2 dads, got to keep his mouth shut." So anyway, the letter goes on to say, "To be in accordance with this policy, I will no longer be referring to your students with gendered pronouns. All students will be referred to as they or them. I will no longer use a gendered title such as Mr. or Mrs. or make any reference to my husband/wife in the classroom. From now on, I will be using the non-gendered titled MX. Furthermore, I will be removing all books or instruction referred to a person being a mother, father, husband, or wife, as these are gendered identities that also may allude to sexual orientation. Needless to say, all books which refer to a character as he or she will also be removed from the classroom. If you have any concerns about this policy, please feel free to contact your local congressperson." Awesome! Yep, love the fucking pushback. Exactly the way to fucking do this. Ridicule their stupidity. Mock them into extinction. And speaking of heroes, 40-time Jeopardy champion Amy Schneider was making the rounds. She got invited to the White House. Apparently Thursday was Transgender Day of Visibility. And so they asked her, "What do you think about all these bills that have been passed to harm gay people, not gay people, trans people, and oppress them?" And I thought her words were very needed in this time, especially for trans people feeling overwhelmed by the recent new attacks. It's got worse than ever somehow. But as she lets everybody know, don't worry, I think it's going to get better.
Do you want to comment on all the bills we've seen around the nation?
They're really scary, and some of them in particular that are denying medical services to trans youth. Those are life-saving medical treatments, and they will, these bills will cause the deaths of children, and that's really sad to me, and it's really frightening.
What is your message to students living in those states and young children?
hang in there. I don't think that this is. I think that this backlash right now is temporary. I think that this, the country overall is on our side and getting more so every day. And I think it's not going to be too long before these sorts of bills are seen as a thing of the past and no longer what we want to be as a country.
I love her optimism. I think that will happen eventually. Still, though, these issues are winning issues for conservatives because people are still very, very easily panicked by trans people and still gay people in this country too. We're still a very homophobic country, unfortunately, even though we've made lots of fucking progress, undoubtedly. And speaking of heroes, apparently, what the hell is this woman's name? I forgot her name. Shit, she was in Halloween. What is her name? Somebody tell me this woman's name right quick. I forgot. Anyway, she has a trans daughter. I could just look. Named Ruby Greymane. And she is a very good mom. What is her name? Shit, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on this name. Jamie Lee Curtis. Hey, I figured out don't even tell me anymore. Anybody that tells me can go to hell. Yeah, you did it. You did it, Spanky Weasel. You have to go to hell now. You have to go to hell. Anyway, Jamie Lee Curtis apparently is a very good and supportive mom to a transgender lady named Ruby Greymane. And I love to say it. Jamie Lee Curtis had her own. You're already saying it. All of you motherfuckers telling me, haha, too late. Jamie Lee Curtis has had her own history with transphobia. I don't know if that's what I would call it. Anyway, I heard about this rumor growing up, and I'm sure you guys did too, where she was constantly made fun of because they claimed that she had both sex organs, which is not true at all. But she was roundly mocked and ridiculed for her entire career over this rumor. Even if that were true, it would be a bad thing. But it was used to disparage her. And so she's dealt with this bullshit firsthand. And I guess all it did was make her a better person. So good to see it. Good on you, hero Jamie Lee Curtis. Proud of. Oh yeah, her daughter said, "My mom is the most supportive mom I could ask for. We stand with the trans community and the rest of the LGBTQ. I will never back down no matter how bad it gets for us all. We will continue to fight." So super cool. Hell is nice time of year. Yeah, at least hell has the cool people in it. I'll be there to hang out with you before you know it. So cool. Billy Idol's wife. True story. And next up on the heroes list, you guys know who Keffals is? I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Keffals. Now, I don't know anything about Keffals except for I believe she is a trans woman and a streamer. So the new thing apparently is she ratios everybody. Know what a ratio is? It's when somebody posts a tweet and then the comments get more likes than the tweet does. So her new thing is to go to every post of any kind of a CHUD or transphobic person. And all she does is post that she wants to ratio that person. And everybody comes to her need and aid and helps her to ratio the person. She ratioed Steven Crowder. She ratioed Tim Pool. She ratioed Destiny. She ratioed, did I say Steven Crowder and Tim Pool? Who else? And J.K. Rowling. So pretty cool. And of course, J.K. Rowling's just doing some transphobic shit. This is apparently the hill J.K. Rowling just wants to die on. Now she's certainly obsessed with trans people and trans issues because, she got criticized and your ego just won't let that happen. So you continuously have to talk about it over and over and over again and try to justify your bigotry, which she does continuously. But who gives a shit what she said? The cool part is she got ratioed by trans streamer Keffals, if that's how you pronounce it. Don't have any idea. And once again, I have no idea. I've never seen a Keffals video. I don't know if Keffals is a good person or not, but I do like the fact that she is ratioing everybody. So you guys can tell me if Keffals is cool or not. Don't know. Next up on the hero section, you guys see this one? This is a comedian, Phil Jameson, gonna explain to us all exactly how cancel culture works.
And I'm like, yeah, that's true, but hey, aren't you Marvin Filman? You made some of my favorite movies. Shut that mouth, ugly. Shut the hell up. You suck. You don't deserve to breathe. Get the hell out of here. Take a hike. Dumbass. Okay. I don't think I'm going to watch any more of your movies. Yeah, Marvin Fillman was just a huge dick to
Whoa,
me.
come on. Don't cancel culture me. Shouldn't we allow people to grow and change?
Yeah, but you said it to me like 3 seconds ago.
And I'm a changed man. Who thinks you should shut that mouth? Ugly?
Whatever, dude.
What is wrong with everyone else except for me?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Give me that money. I've been canceled. Give me that money. That's basically what it's all about. Consequence culture. Always gotta play the fucking victim, though. And this one from Honest Red, although I already saw this, Honest Red, before you posted it, but you reminded me to share it. And this person has my entire life philosophy down. Holy shit. This is my motto. This is my credo. This is the way I live. True shit about to be spoken, folks.
Is to do nothing. Do nothing. Your job not care about you. Your boss not care about you. Nobody giving a fuck. Tomorrow you are getting hit by bus and dying. Your job forgetting you putting someone else to do for your job. Do nothing at every possible moment. But if you have to do something, do absolute minimum. But it is most preferable to do fuck all. Sleep in. Take as many sick days as legally possible. Give no fucks. There is no greater purpose, no greater meaning, nothing to be rushing for. We will all soon be dead. So just fucking chill. When you learn to do nothing, then you will find the real purpose of life. Do nothing.
Yeah, sorry, that's right, folks. Do nothing. At least that, not nothing, but do the minimum you can possibly do just to get by. Just fly under the radar. Have as much fun as you can while you can. You know, that's what I say. Like, so I don't really want to be famous all that much or rich. Like, it's all kind of a hassle. Just do the minimum and enjoy yourself. No one ever lays in their deathbed and is like, man, I should have done more work. Why didn't I spend more time in my fucking cubicle and less with my family? God damn it, too late now. No one ever says that. And last up on the heroes, this is how they should all be treated, folks. All these fucking criminals and the legislation. Look at this hero confront her. 1.1 million views. More of this, please.
Sark with American Bridge. I wanted to talk about the $700,000 you've taken from opioid companies. Is opioid abuse a very big deal in
Ron?
Is it a big deal in Tennessee? As senator, $700,000 from opioid companies? Do you think that's a problem for your election? Do you think it's a problem for people in Tennessee? Look, how many people are dying every year in Tennessee from opioids?
Don't give a fuck.
Do you even know? Do you care?
Nope. She does not.
Is it on your radar, or is the $700,000 you've taken from opioid manufacturers on your radar?
Your life is meaningless to her.
Which do you care more about, the $700,000 or the thousands of people dying from opioid abuse? You're just going to ignore this question?
Yep.
Thanks for your time.
Shows you nothing.
Thank you, guys. Sark with
Thank
American
you
Bridge.
guys for showing your true color. So hopefully this goes super viral and everybody in Tennessee sees it, but they probably don't give a shit either. Like, we don't even live in the real world anymore. No one gives a shit about these actual issues. All they care about, oh my God, one trans woman is playing female sports. Gotta elect Republicans. A teacher said gay one time. Oh my God, these are real issues. Just so sad how the culture war is working for them. And all right, that is my hero section. A long, hard one tonight. 13 years old. All right. Kelly the Gearbox. Keffals is burst. All right, cool. Never seen a single Keffals video. I think she does Twitch, I think. Speaking of amazing trans women, shout out to Elle, my buddy Elle. Just had some amazing thing happen to her, and I'm so excited for you. Thank you, Elle. Michael Ball, 99. Thank you, Michael Ball. Appreciate it. Good to see you tonight. HS Ross. I'm also on Team AOC, but I thought Sam Cedar, the majority part, had a cool take in nothing that the big name progressives could have done more to support the Staten Island Amazon Union Drive. Didn't see that, but if Sam Cedar said it, it's probably true because Sam good. The pub night. Remember the alt-right's racism was gone until Obama argument they made? Yep. Obama ended racism. Can't be racist and have a black president. It's impossible. That ain't piss. He's marking his territory. He owns you now. It's a challenge. It's a she. But you're right. Dominance. Gonna show who I belong to. I don't belong to your piss. Get the fuck off me. Came out of the damn section to say eat the rich. Hell yeah, you became a hero. No longer a poor Lady Lafeve. Welcome. Scott Rainey became a dust buddy. What up, Scott? You're amazing. Play any April 1st pranks. Already went over this. I hate April 1st pranks. I don't know what it is. I guess I just don't have a sense of humor. I don't know. It's just been done to death. Just not my thing. I think the reason atheist morality corrupts conservatives, grifting brings in the change. I think a lot of these people don't believe in any kind of afterlife, obviously, because they're atheists, and they just think life is sort of meaningless and they're going to die, so it doesn't matter what they do. So just make as much money as they possibly can and suck off the grift for as long as you can until you die. I guess that's what they think, in my opinion. I don't feel like that, though. I want to do as good as I can with the world. I want to leave a better world behind than I found it. HS Ross, $20. Very generous, HS Ross. How do you do tonight? Because progressives actually listen to progressives. I do think there's room for constructive intra-left criticism as long as it doesn't obscure the fact that progressives are vastly better than the right and moderates. True. Obviously, we got to criticize our own side somewhat, but like your criticism has to be like in good faith, for one. And two, it should be in proportion to the threat. So like the Republicans are like 95% of the threat at this point, and Democrats, although the Democrats are not in any way left-wing on a worldwide scale, they're still center-right. They're still way better and less dangerous than what the conservatives are doing, unfortunately. So they deserve only like 5% of the kind of nation, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. What the fuck do I know? I'm an idiot. And next up, Trash World! Trash World! Dumpster fire, headless trash world, trash world! And first off, on tonight's Trash World, Jim Carey got slammed, and not in a good way. So he went super viral with his take on the whole Will Smith thing. Yeah, we're still talking about this shit. Fuck all y'all. And at first, like, some of what he's saying here, I actually sort of agree with, even though it turns out he's a big fucking hypocrite, which we're going to show you. So first off, let's listen to Jim Carey shit all over Will Smith. Go.
What did you think as you watched it unfold, and then what happened after?
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
There was some question today about if anyone else had walked from the audience and done that, they would have been escorted out by security or maybe even arrested. The police asked Chris if he wanted to file charges. They asked Chris, do you want to file charges? And Chris apparently said no, he did not.
He doesn't want the hassle. I'd announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous.
All right, that's a little too much. I mean, I can give a shit. I mean, he slapped him. He should have done it. What the fuck ever. Chris Rock did the right thing. Chris Rock will get a new Netflix special and make $200 million. He'll get his payday. It's all good.
You know, that insult is going to last a very long time. If you want to yell from the audience and disapprove or show a disapproval or say something on Twitter or whatever, you do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
Right. You have no right to ever walk on stage and assault somebody, says Jim Carey. Wait for it.
No, I agree. I think we all agree on that. I just thought, Jim, that it escalated to that. You know what I mean? That it escalated to that level.
Escalate to shit? What are you talking about? There's no escalation. Chris Rock told a joke and he immediately walked on stage and slapped Chris Rock. What the fuck was the escalation? She dumb.
It didn't escalate. It came out of nowhere because Will has something going on inside him that's frustrated, and I wish him the best. Privilege. I really do. I don't have anything against Will Smith. He's done great things. But that was not a good moment. It cast a pall over everybody's shining moment last night. You know, a lot of people worked really hard to get to that place and to have their moment in the sun. and to get their award for the really hard work they did. And it is no mean feat to go through all the stuff you have to go through when you're nominated for an Oscar. It's a gauntlet of devotion that you have to do. And you know, it was just a selfish moment that cast a pall over the whole thing.
So I agree with some of that. I don't give a shit if Will Smith is arrested or not. It's just Oscar nonsense. I did never watch the Oscar in my entire fucking life, and I'm never gonna watch it. But anyway, you heard it there, folks, from Jim Carrey himself. If you walk on stage and assault someone, immediate arrest. Shame on you, except that time that he walked on stage and without Alicia Silverstone's permission, grabbed her and kissed her right on the mouth, which seemed to make her uncomfortable. She was even sort of trying to push him away, and let's just watch.
And the award goes to Jim Carrey, the cable guy.
Yeah, so apparently she was uncomfortable about that and left stage early about that. I don't know what you guys think about that, but that doesn't seem particularly cool. So anyway, Jim Carrey getting roasted all over the goddamn place for that. Apparently he also tried to kiss Will Smith, although this is more clearly a joke, I assume. So yeah, I agree with Jim Carrey, but also bad Jim Carrey, bad. Psh. Anyway, stage kiss. I'm not sure if she was in on it. I don't think she was in on that. But maybe she was. Maybe she was in on that. I had not read, but my understanding was that she was not in on that, which makes that sort of assaulty, right? Not what you really want to do. And folks, talking about trash world, even O.J. Simpson got an opinion about the whole Will Smith thing. We live in a world where this goddamn murderer, this double murderer, gets 8,000 likes for giving his opinion. Then you have fucking shitheads like me just reporting on it. But anyway, shocker, he understands why you get angry and want to use violence against somebody. Do it. Do it. Play video. Play immediately. What is happening? Oh my God. I'm going to burn down my own house if this doesn't fucking play. You.
Opportunity to keep that game going. Certainly, it hurt me. But the question I've been getting is Will Smith and Chris Rock. Hey, look, it was unfortunate. I think Will was wrong. Look, I understood the feeling. Now, in my life, I've been through a lot of crap, and I was raising two young kids, and every comedian in the country had an OJ routine, and don't think I wouldn't want to be slapped a couple of those guys.
Yeah, don't think I would want to brutally knife them to death. I'm innocent. Oh God, why? Why, trash world? Why does this guy still fucking breathe and Betty White is dead? There is no God. Fuck everything about this. But he understands wanting to be violent. Yeah, no shit. And oh no, fucking trash world. So this is what, Anthony Mackie, is that this guy's name? I fucking loved Falcon and the Winter Soldier. For some reason, I always call it Falcon and the Winter Snowman, which is dumb. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, in my opinion, was the best of all the Marvel TV shows they put out. I thought it was better than WandaVision, which I didn't really like. I thought it was better than, what was the other one with Thor's brother? With the time travel and shit. Loki. Thought it was better than Loki. Thought it was better than, what was the other ones they put out? They put out so many. Thought it was good. But this is a bad take. Now, this was not a take about the Oscars. He said this on the Wendy Williams show a while back, and this is a resurfaced video. But this is toxic masculinity, folks. Bad take.
You make daddy a sandwich.
Most of the time.
No. Let me ask you this. Well, okay, let me ask you this. If me and you out and somebody say something slick to you,
you punch him in the face.
You want me to smack him in his mouth, right?
That's right.
Both of you are stupid as fuck. No. I'm just saying, if we're out and somebody talks smack to you and you're my girl and you expect me to physically assault that person for words, you with the wrong person. I ain't about to go up and commit assault on someone because they said fucking words. I mean, this actually happened once. I told you guys about the story about how I was with Kelsey in New Orleans when I went and hung out with TJ, and we were waiting for an Uber, and somebody walked by and started screaming at her, and it was a black couple, and I guess she was trying to read the black girl's shirt. I don't know what it said, but she was trying to make out what it said, and they turned around and started screaming that she was staring, and I had no idea what was going on. So I just started laughing. And he was like, what are you laughing about? And I was like, anything I want to laugh about. It's hilarious. She's screaming at us. And of course, I pulled a knife on him because he tried to attack me. That part doesn't matter. The important thing is, I ain't gonna fucking start a goddamn fight. I am not fighting anybody. I'll stab you, but I ain't fucking fighting you, because that's just toxic masculinity to think you have to, oh my God, what'd you say? What'd you say? I gotta prove something to you now. I gotta smack you. No. So stupid. Then he's going to use that as an excuse, this toxic masculinity, as an excuse to be even more toxic masculine, and make an argument how the fact that he would beat up somebody that said words to you makes him entitled to you making him a sandwich.
So if I take you on a date and I say, look, baby, we gonna go Dutch.
No.
Exactly. If we walking up to the car and I don't open your car door, what do you say?
What the fuck? Who opens women's car doors? That is so insulting. Never been with a woman who couldn't open her own fucking door, okay?
Open the door.
You better believe it.
Yeah, no, I am with you. I think
so you make daddy a sandwich.
I
think that's terrible. Dumb, toxic masculinity. No. Bad Captain America. He the new Captain America, yo. I still like the show though. Still think the movie might be okay, but that's not a good look for you, dude. Next up. Oh, yeah, now we're going to get in some ACAB. And for those of you who are good enough to become Dust Buddies, the heroes of the show, feel free to spam ACAB. So here's what happens, folks, when they don't have a reason to arrest you. They just invent something to arrest you. This is why I constantly talk about defunding the police. Defunding the police is about making sure the police do not answer most of the calls that they're answering, that they're not out doing shit like this. So they're going to arrest somebody here for cursing in public, which is not illegal. That's part of your First Amendment rights to do, and then going to knee the guy in the face, these doughy white guys who could never beat these guys in a real fight, but they have to hide behind their badges and their guns to make themselves feel like big shits.
Yeah, there ain't no reason for him to be up. What? I didn't do nothing. You're cussing in public. Put your hands behind your back. Whoa! You ain't getting
no problem. For no problem. For nothing. For nothing.
Watch him. Watch, you gonna knee the guy in the face. Throw him on the ground, knee him in the face.
For nothing. He's injured.
So look at that. Trash.
They're doing it for nothing.
You on me? I can't get in this. I'm not getting this. I'm just picking up my
His arms are behind his back.
Defund these motherfuckers. ACAB, defund them. Why is that video so dark? Looks really fucking dark to me.
Walk away, bro.
I don't know what the fuck's happening. Anyway, and one more. Or two more. We have two more. Anyway, here's another video for ACAB, folks. This is what we're talking about. This is another case where a cop should not have been called. Assholes who are entitled like this with guns should not be called to answer mental health calls. They should have mental health professionals that come and try to de-escalate the situation. And then if they cannot, at a last resort, you call the assholes with guns. So here's Tulsa police facing backlash after violently arresting a 70-year-old woman who was suffering a mental health crisis. They're going to sit around and laugh and giggle about it because it's all a big fucking joke to them.
You didn't bring the police. Right there. Why are you doing it? Why are you doing that? Get away from me. Get away from me.
Definitely make the situation better.
I love my job.
Yes.
This is funny. I'm not laughing.
Paris, battered and bloodied. Police say in their statement that Paris sustained a minor injury to her face during the arrest.
You're going to get hurt even more. Get in there. Get in there. You just have.
So nothing was done to the cops whatsoever. The God man, once again, abused us all, tortured us all, get the fuck away with it, you know? Because it's a goddamn trash world. What the fuck else are you going to say about it? They do not need to be answering these calls. We have to change this fucking system. And like, even their police dogs know who the bad guys are. Another example, and I gotta say, it's probably a good thing most cops are so fucking out of shape. Imagine what they'd be getting away with if they were actually in shape enough to hurt somebody. But here's a great example of the dogs knowing who the bad guy is.
Where my shoe at? I don't know, bro. He can bite me. Well, he asked me. What he do? He ain't do that. Oh my God.
Yeah, now the dog gonna get you. Yeah, the dog knows who the aggressor is. Yeah, maybe dogs shouldn't be weapons used to terrorize citizens. We need to make laws against that fucking immediately. But yeah, good on you, hero dog. Apparently he has a taste for bacon. And God damn it, in this trash world, Ron DeSantis just passed the Don't Say Gay bill. And like it's been pointed out, folks, the Don't Say Gay bill doesn't actually have the word gay in it. It's classroom instruction by school personnel or third parties on sexual orientation or gender identity may not occur in kindergarten through third in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students in accordance with state standards. So the whole point of this is to be so vague that the teachers are terrified to even acknowledge that gay people exist. Even gay teachers can't even acknowledge that they're married to someone of the same sex. Because conservatives are spreading this new narrative that even mentioning homosexuality or the gay people exist is somehow sexual, which is not. Just like mentioning, hey, this is my wife Teresa, is not sexual. Unless you break all relationships down, nothing but sex. But they don't do that for straight relationships. It's only about gay relationships. So this is just meant to have a chilling effect on free speech in the classroom and make sure that we can't even acknowledge that gay people exist. So, unsurprisingly, 52% of Democrats are okay with it. More than 52% of Democrat voters in Florida support the so-called Don't Say Gay bill that bans teachings of sexual orientation and gender identity in kindergarten through the third grade. New poll shows, yeah. 2 out of every 3 people, if you include Republicans, support this bullshit. Because of people like Joe Rogan telling them that it's for the best, because they're not actually being told what the purpose of the bill is. The fact that it's written vaguely on purpose to chill free speech. They're not educated about it in any way. So, yeah, trash-ass Democrats. Like I said, the Democratic Party is way better in every way than the Republican Party, but they're still not in any way to the left on a worldwide scale. It's still center-right. And then, to support the Don't Say Gay bill, Lynyrd Synrd came out and they wrote a new campaign song for Ron DeSantis. Apparently, Lynyrd Synrd no longer has the original singer. It's his little brother now, but never thought they were any good. I always thought Lynyrd Synrd was overrated, but before I show you the song, here's Ron DeSantis on Fox News basically threatening Disney, because Disney has come out and said, hey, we're going to do everything we can to try to overturn the Don't Say Gay bill. And strangely, I sort of a little bit, in a way, agree with what Ron DeSantis is saying here. Let me play it and then I'll explain why.
Hey, good morning. Hey, I cannot wait to get to the song and the backstory behind it, because I haven't heard how no one really sang the word Fauci in a while. But it's actually in the lyrics. But Governor, I got to ask you we got to ask you what you did yesterday, and you basically said, "Hey, Disney, I don't like your stance against this bill, this parent rights bill. So maybe we're going to revisit your special status in Florida." Do you want to expand on that?
Well, over many, many decades, Brian, they've gotten incredible treatment from the Florida legislature, and they are treated on a pedestal. This one corporation is treated differently than everybody else. And so that's not something I've ever supported. But now in the legislature, you see a movement to reevaluate those special privileges. And so at the end of the day, I think Disney has gotten over its skis on this. And look, there's policy disputes, and that's fine. But when you're trying to impose a woke ideology on our state, we view that as a significant threat. This wokeness will destroy this country if we let it run unabated. So in Florida, we take a very big stand against that. And I think the legislature is going to look at that. And 6 months ago, it would have been unthinkable that they would be willing to reevaluate those special privileges. I think they are going to do that now, and that's going to represent them.
It's the woke going to destroy the country. This vague concept that really has no meaning. Woke is just anything we say it is. Anything we don't like is woke. They create this fake boogeyman in order to sell you the cure for it. But I actually do agree with Ron DeSantis that Disney should not have special privileges. Apparently, they have bribed politicians where in the little Disney area, they can run their own fucking little government without outside government insight. That's bad. We shouldn't have trillion-dollar corporations paying off politicians to give them special privileges. And yes, it should absolutely be fucking revoked. This is exactly the reason they gave money to all the politicians that passed the Don't Say Gay bill to begin with. They bribed these politicians in order to have special privileges that the rest of society doesn't have. So strip all that shit away. They should never have had that fucking shit to begin with, and it was conservatives that gave them that to begin with. Clear example of bribing politicians. And speaking of this shitty goddamn song, cringe warning. It's bad, folks. It's real bad. Here's Lynyrd Skynyrd, the lead singer Johnny Van Zant, who I guess is the little brother of the original lead singer of the band. Gotta sing you the new Ron DeSantis campaign theme song.
Chart out everything to really actually go through it and play it.
Oh, good.
So
that's
very
exciting.
Cool. It's a little different than what you heard on the iPhone. So
good.
Now I was asking them, do you like listening to it loud?
Hey, yeah, however you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just push play.
I believe so, sir.
Okay. All right. Here we go. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Press don't like him, but it sure does get my business. He stands up for what he believes. So don't come down here trying to change things. We're doing all right in the Sunshine State.
Don't improve
Stay out of our business, leave our gov alone. Down in sweet Florida, governor is red, white, and blue. Oh, down in sweet.
All right, that's enough of that. Terrible. Don't you dare come down here and try to improve our state. We're doing really great. You're out and you're not actually. Florida is like the laughing stock of the world. I should do the Florida man story. Just remember that from when the Florida man story comes up in a minute. Charlie Kirk freaking you out, folks. Charlie Kirk wants you guys to know Disney trying to make your kids gay because, you know, folks, how you turn gay to begin with is you watch a cartoon and you see a loving couple who are same sex and you're like, I gotta suck a dick. Just the way it happens.
Done. Now we can just put our paperwork away. No, it's an entire cottage industry of outrage and hysteria. It gave them meaning and purpose. And so now that's not about making gay marriage legal. It's legal in every single state. Good. And that was always their big fight. No, now it's about making your kids gay. Why else? No, why else would you want to have two dudes or two women kissing in a Disney film? What?
Because representation is important. Because we still live in a world where gay is considered an insult, and when you have representation in movies and media, it makes you feel like you're an important, needed part of society, and it reduces suicides and shit.
What is the agenda? To expose them to it or to increase the ranks of the LGBTQ community? What is the process?
Charlie Kirk, how many Disney movies with same-sex couples kissing would it take for you to watch to turn you gay? How many, Charlie Kirk? Just saying. Don't protest too much.
People were gay before this sort of nonsense was happening. So why exactly are you doing this?
I just explained it.
They're like, well, we want to have 4-year-olds that have, homosexual attractions to know that they're not alone when they're watching movies. Like,
literally, mostly not about that at all. What it's about is not making fun of gay people or bullying gay people when you grow up because it's normalized being gay and not seen as some kind of perversion or something that's unusual. Normalizing stuff like that is incredibly important. Same reason you have like black folks in your movies or people from other countries. So we can see they're all just like us. Helps reduce the bullying and increase inclusion, which is good, Watermelon Head.
Really? A 4-year-old? Like, 4-year-olds are eating dirt. Like, I don't think they're exactly making very deep...
And some adults are still eating dirt, Watermelon Head, so if only cartoons could make you gay. I'd be so gay. Gayer. Shut up! Anyway, then... Ben Shapiro, of course, coming out, shitting on Disney. This is their new thing, folks, to make it seem like anybody who's trying to promote gay acceptance or inclusivity for gay people is trying to groom your children to paint gay people as pedophiles, as predators. It's the same thing they've always fucking done, but now it's back in full force. Ben Shapiro says children are malleable and thus vulnerable. The left knows this. Their goal is to shape the sexual behavior of and identification of children. They don't oppose the Florida bill because they misconstrue it. They oppose it because they seek the sexual indoctrination of children. Literally has nothing to do with that. Acknowledging gay people exist has nothing to do with sexualizing your children, just like acknowledging straight people exist. Has nothing to do with sexualizing your children. It's all complete fucking bullshit, and all they're doing is trying to make this narrative that gay people are trying to groom your children, when the truth is, the people most likely to groom your children are, and have always been, religious motherfuckers, preachers, priests, your church leaders. Does Ben Shapiro care about any of that fucking shit? Hell no. He literally does not give a shit. It's all bullshit, and scary day for Disney, because Dave Rubin might have to cancel his subscription again. How many times is this motherfucker going to cancel his subscription to Disney? So here he is back in February 2021. Disney has canceled Gina Carano, so I'm canceling my Disney Plus. We need to stop giving these people our money. We must build a new franchise. That's right. Dave Rubin stood up for his principles, and he canceled Disney forever, except apparently he didn't, because last week he's like, just cancel my Disney Plus, and here's proof. Yeah, I said you did that already. You lying motherfucker. So did you cancel before, and then your morals meant nothing to you? You had no principles whatsoever, and then you re-signed up for Disney, and then you canceled again? Or did you just lie the first fucking time? Gotta guess you lied the first fucking time. You shameless goddamn grifter. Yeah, the only way to defeat these people is to stop paying along with them. I'm sure Disney is just crushed. Although I do agree with Dave. Everybody should stop fucking supporting Disney, because they're terrible. And, then Dave Rubin, who has spent the week having the most vile homophobic insults slung at him, being accused of kidnapping the baby that his surrogate is having, been accused of destroying the family. Just every evil thing you can imagine that could be said about a gay person has been said by his own audience this week towards Dave Rubin. Oops, Freudian slip. So, of course, he spent the week pretending like none of it happened, folks. None of it happened. In fact, it's the right who are tolerant. The right have been so tolerant towards him. He says, Christopher F. Rufo first said, Scoop, Disney's activism partner Nadine Smith of Equality Florida tells LGBTQ employees that Governor Ron DeSantis and Christina Pushaw want to erase you. They do. It's exactly what it's about. Criminalize your existence. Exactly what they're doing. And take your kids. A wild conspiracy theory that Republicans want to kidnap gay people's children. This is literally what Dave Rubin's audience has been telling him. Gonna pretend like it's not true and say, I had dinner with the governor, Christina Pushaw, and a few others last week. I don't remember them erasing me or criminalizing my existence, but the steak was quite good. Yeah, because you're the token gay person. You're who they trot out whenever they want to spread some homophobic anti-gay shit and say, hey, this gay person agrees with us. We can't be homophobic. And of course, you're a soulless, grifting piece of shit, and you're more than willing to sell anybody you goddamn have to out, including your own husband, who you won't even stand up for when people like Glenn Beck tell you your love is sinful. And along the lines of him having a alcoholic gene, you just sit there silently because you're a gutless coward. Also, the government got a huge standing ovation from the entire restaurant on his way out. I'm sure he did. In your fucking dreams, goddamn. And of course, like I said, here's all the people. Well, I already showed you last week. All the people shitting on Dave Rubin over and over and over again for having a child with his gay partner. Pathetic, pathetic, pathetic. Of course, he's got it covered up. Yes, I said gay and he didn't arrest me. Well, it's not about being arrested, you know. The Don't Say Gay bill is about intimidating teachers not to even mention the existence of gay, trans, non-binary people for a threat of being sued monetarily. Nothing to do with the rest, but so pathetic, Dave Rubin. Could you be more of a fucking sellout than Dave is? I submit you cannot. And Marjorie Taylor Greene going on the Alex Jones show. God damn it, is Alex Jones bankrupt yet? I heard they fined him $25,000 a day because he kept missing his appointments for his lawsuit, wasn't showing up at the courts, and so I guess he's finally decided to go be deposed in his deposition. But anyway, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene joined radical conspiracy theorist Alex Jones on his InfoWars show Wednesday, declaring that LGBTQ movement is predatorial. This is what I said, folks. The new narrative now is there's a gay agenda who's trying to groom your children, to associate them with pedophilia and pedophiles, to dehumanize them. So you're okay with any laws they want to pass, any discrimination they want to throw upon you. It's the same playbook they've had for fucking ever. Make you afraid, gay panic, trans panic, so you'll vote for them. And they don't actually have to have any policy issues that you care about. By the end of the segment, she promised Jones that she would introduce federal legislation like Florida's Don't Say Gay bill to eliminate federal funding for schools that is indoctrinating children. Literally, they are the ones who indoctrinate children. That's why they want to pass anti-CRT bills, even though CRT is not taught in schools, to make sure we cannot even talk about the history of racism in this country. That's why Trump wants to pass bills to make you teach pro-American propaganda in schools. 100% what it's all about. They always do what they claim the other side is doing. Always point the finger in order to cover up what you're actually doing. It's their main fucking playbook. And another example, right-wing constitutional attorney, quote unquote, Chris Ann Hall says Florida Don't Say Gay bill is necessary to stop the atrocity of the LGBT in the government school system, weaponizing our children with propaganda. You know, propaganda like admitting that gay people and trans people exist. The horrors. The horrors.
Now, the left calls out the Don't Say Gay bill. That's what they call it. But the real name is the Parental Rights and Education Act. Chris Ann,
just like the Patriot Act was called the Patriot Act. It had nothing to do with patriotism. It's all about spying on the U.S. They always put some kind of bullshit title on it in order to trick idiots into supporting it. How gullible are you? Don't answer.
In Florida, give us a real explanation of what your governor just signed into law.
Well, I'll tell you, a real explanation is the atrocity of the LGBT and the government school system weaponizing our children with propaganda to say things like, this is a Don't Say Gay bill.
Now, the left...
It is a Don't Say Gay bill. It's specifically designed to scare teachers into not admitting that gay people exist. They're weaponizing your children. Be afraid. Be afraid. And, shocker, folks, Daily Wire, who I guess it's Ben Shapiro's rag, but it's funded by one of the Wilkes brothers. One of them's dead, but the other one is a hate preacher who teaches that homosexuality is akin to bestiality and pedophilia. Yeah. So, shocker. Here's the kind of shit they're putting out.
Now, the danger now, most of us, if we're adults, we went through puberty, we went through childhood, we had the experiences of not fitting in, not feeling totally at home, trying to figure out who we are and what we're all about. And we all had that experience. All kids throughout history have had that experience. But the difference is that you and I and every other kid prior to the current generation of kids going through school right now, we were basically allowed to go through that phase and come out the other end of it and grow up and have a normal life. We were given space to do that.
Still are. Nothing's changed.
Now you have these predators, these evil, satanic, disgusting groomers who are waiting there to pounce.
Priests?
As soon as a child begins to have any questions about themselves, begins to feel out of place at all, begins to have any questions about their bodies and the changes that they're experiencing, the moment that happens, these groomers are there to pounce and say, oh, you're feeling that way? Well, I'll tell you why you're feeling that way. And they've got this entire framework ready to go. Here it is. I got all the answers for you.
Literally never happened. Literally all anybody's saying is, hey, being trans is an option. Like, I grew up and I did not even know being an atheist was an option. I know that seems crazy, but I never met a single atheist, as far as I know, until I was an adult. I didn't even know that was a choice. Literally all they're doing is telling kids, hey, this is a choice. Do whatever you fucking want. But you might not have known this option exists, and that is not indoctrination. That is not grooming. That is just teaching reality, explaining reality. But of course, they got to make you scared. Oh my God, gay people, trans people, they're pedophiles. They're trying to have sex with their children. Literally not. I'm pretty sure the vast majority of pedophiles are cis men, straight cis men, and priests, gay priests and whatnot,
That's the difference. Kids before this, you went through that phase, you got over it, but now...
No, actually, they weren't supported at all. The people that felt like they were born in the wrong bodies or that they were trans committed suicide or attempted suicide, like on a 41% rate, right?
Kids, there's a lot of confusion also, and now they have this framework. They have this whole ready-made system.
You mean support?
Which appears to make sense of everything that they're feeling.
That appears?
It actually doesn't make any sense at all.
Doesn't make any sense at all. This is exactly the argument they use for gay people. Hey, well, you're gay? Well, that's an option. You can be gay and you can be accepted and it's fine. Oh my God, pedophiles trying to make you gay. Shut the fuck up. So anyway, gets even worse. The Wilkes brother, who run the Daily Wire, or the Wilkes brother, I guess, because the other one's dead, as Cody Johnston says, probably worth noting, the Daily Wire is owned by Ferris Wilkes, a fracking billionaire who called homosexuality a perversion, tantamount to bestiality, pedophilia, and incest. Once again, thank you, Cody, for covering a story that I covered 5 years ago. Well, maybe not 5, 3 years ago? As I've said, folks, I'm one of the greatest journalists that's ever lived, and for some reason I continuously cover these stories years and years and years before other people eventually mention them. So welcome aboard, Cody Sexy Johnston. Cody showed it. Anyway, shocker. Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire are spending $100 million to put out a competitor to Disney so they can indoctrinate your children, I guess, into anti-trans, anti-gay bigotry. But they're claiming they're doing it to battle woke Disney. And I don't really give a shit about this. This will be hilarious. They're going to make lots of really bad conservative content we're going to mock, and it's going to be hilarious. But at the same time, they're so worried about indoctrinating children, aren't they? These fucking hypocrites. Exactly 100% what they want to fucking do. Always the way. And, but super sad, folks. No matter how bad conservatism is, no matter how easy it should be to defeat, Trump leads Biden-Harris in 2024 matchups. Doesn't matter the fact that unemployment is historically low. Biden is still incredibly unpopular because, yes, Dems are fucking feckless. disjointed, disappointing in every goddamn way. Yes, they are. Now, hopefully, this is just some early shit. Hopefully that when we get closer to the election and people actually start to think about it and all of us are reminded exactly how horrible Donald Trump is, and we get all the attack ads out there and they maybe perhaps do debates. I don't know if Trump is going to show up for any of that. Hopefully this shit will change. But I would not be surprised to see Trump become president again. And then Trump and Putin will be running this shit. Hooray! Amazing. Good thing this is not a trash world. And one more, folks, in the trash world. So you guys know that they've been doing studies now. Several of them lately that have been really in depth that have shown pretty much that Ivermectin has no effect whatsoever on COVID-19. Yeah, you had these fucking shameless grifters like Brett Weinstein, who has been out there for the last year telling you that it's a almost 100% prophylactic against getting COVID. Even though we know that's not true. I've had my COVID porn / meet the victim section. I've showed you guys hundreds of people that have taken ivermectin and died brutally, choking in terror, gasping for breath. But this dude has made so much money pushing this fucking lie, and he's still doing it. So him and his brother are fighting. I'm going to skip over this, I guess, because it's kind of boring, but let them fight! Fucking assholes. Intellectual dark web. Trash of the planet. And all right, that is my trash word. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please hit the like button, everybody. Do it. Hit the like button. Only 500 of you done it. Not very many viewers tonight, but I don't blame you. The topics were not as exciting tonight. So it's all good. Hey, Dusty. Hey, what's going on? Just got here. Here's $2. Woohoo! Thank you, Cupid Lover. E says, you ain't got to read all my drunk birthday ramblings. Wait, what? I will read it forever, E. Because you amazing. And what you drinking? Hopefully something good. I pretty much only drink wine spritzers now. Helps a lot with the hangovers. Pub night. $10. Yes, Kristen, because the American education system has never before weaponized history and had a pro-European propaganda agenda in teaching world history. Like literally, I told the story before how when I was in school, they had people that were pro-apartheid in Africa, in South Africa, who came to our school and told us kids that if our apartheid was ended in Africa, that white women would be raped all over the place. And we had to go home and tell our parents to immediately write our congressmen and make sure they didn't end our apartheid in Africa. These people don't give a shit about indoctrinating Christians. I mean, children, rather. That's what Christian schools are all about. Cal made a video with Krystal bashing AOC. The video said AOC was stealing credit from union's success. What if AOC didn't say anything at all? Are you telling me that Weasel Cal Kalinske did something shady as fuck? Everybody prepare your shock faces. 3, 2, 1, shock face. Did you do it? It's always fun. Corey Schaefer, if he doesn't mind, I'd love to know what he does for a living. He makes motorized skateboards. These really cool-ass, custom-made motorized skateboards. They're death traps, but they're fucking badass. What treats do your cats like? They love these. I don't have it over here. Fuck, I don't have my treat things over here. But we have an Amazon wish list. That is in the link in the description of this video. You can go to it, and it has all the treats and whatnot. So send us shit, and we'll give you a shout out on the show. What would Uncle Phil say to Will? Want to be Prince? Act like a prince? Probably nothing, because he died. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. You're missed. The pub night. Dusty Gail King is infamous for always trying to reach to demonize a black man. But to her credit, she did check R. Kelly. Well, hey, broken clock is right twice a day. Good on her. Payday, not down tonight. Hell yeah. No longer one of the poors. Good to see you, not rocks. My bad. She is horny for you then. I know, right? I mean, who can blame her? She is a sentient being. She has to be horny for me. All right. Anything else pop up? Hey, Dusty. What's up, Ben Davis? Good to see you tonight. And happy birthday, Guinea. Happy birthday to you. And all right, cool. Still got plenty of show left, folks. Gonna be overtime tonight. Got a big old show tonight. Next up, gonna do a little section I like to call CHUD Watch. Talking about CHUD Watch. We talk about CHUDs and make fun of them. CHUD Watch. Perfect timing as usual. And first off, guys, remember the last show where I told you about how Madison Cawthorn was running around telling people, hell yeah, other conservative politicians invite me to orgies all the time. They want my dick. And they do cocaine in front of me. It's like eyes wide shut. It's cray. Well, apparently he got called to the principal's office. House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy was like, what the fuck you doing? You can't go out there and tell everybody we're fucking sex addicts doing cocaine. You making us look bad. So called him in the office and yelled at him. And then apparently he caved like the wuss he is. He's like, I'm sorry, sir. I was just exaggerating. I think I might have saw somebody doing cocaine like on the other side of the parking lot. I don't know, just like backtracking like a motherfucker, pretending like he didn't say that shit. And then, of course, Roger Stone, infamous cuck Roger Stone. I'm not saying that as an insult, folks. I'm saying that because he is an admitted cuck. He likes watching people bang his wife while he sits there and watches them. This is known. Anyway, he's out in there, Alex Jones, saying, this shit's true. I should know. I'm one of the main Republican henchmen. And I do all kinds of cocaine orgies all the time. So he's telling the truth, y'all.
And in the Congress who are now attacking Madison Cawthorn, stop and ask yourself, why are they doing that? Who are they covering for? Or is it themselves? I can tell you firsthand that these parties happen. I can tell you that they continue to happen. I can tell you that Madison Cawthorn told me yesterday that he had not retracted what he said, even though Kevin McCarthy seems to have popped up and is speaking now for the member of Congress, saying, oh, he admitted that he made. No, I don't think he's admitted anything of the kind. I don't think he's admitted embellishing or retracted anything he said. Alex, he spoke the truth.
So like at first I was like, maybe he was telling the truth because they're sort of reacting like he's telling the truth. I think mostly probably he was just bullshit though. The guy likes to exaggerate. Like when he said during January 6th, he had guns all over his wheelchair and everybody was armed. Total fucking bullshit. He's like a kid, right? He's just a braggartly little stupid fucking kid. Says whatever he thinks he has to say. Then folks, of course, he put out a statement. And since he is a Republican congressman, as you can imagine, he took full responsibility. He was like, folks, I'm a young congressman. Sometimes I get ahead of myself, and I was just trying to seem cool and seem more important than I am. And so I kind of embellished upon the fact that other congresspeople invited me to orgies and they did cocaine. And I'm sorry for being such a lie. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He played the victim and he blamed the left. Of course he did. They never, ever admit to anything they fucking did. It's always the left's fault, even though all the left did was quote you verbatim. So Madison Cawthorn put out a statement, said, corruption and unethical activities exist in Washington. It's an indisputable fact. If you don't think that's true, you've not witnessed the swamp. Well, I've seen Trump's presidency, so I agree with it there. My comments on a recent podcast appearance calling out corruption have been used by the left and the media to disparage my Republican colleagues. They literally just quoted what you said verbatim, and it was your Republican colleagues that felt like you disparaged them. And falsely insinuate their involvement in illicit activities. You literally insinuated their involvement in illicit activities. You did that. What the fuck? Why are you blaming the left? I've considered for several days how best to address this controversy. The culture in Washington is corrupt. Human nature is fault. Anyway, bullshit. He's basically just saying it's the left's fault. He said it. He did it. But it's the left's fault. The same people that always tell you not to play the victim take responsibility. Never take responsibility and always play the victim. Because this is all they got. It's hypocrisy. They know their side does not give a fuck. They know they're not ever held to account for anything they do. So why even try? And this is what it's all about, folks. Here he is showing his troll shirt. LGBF Joe Biden. Pride community. Because this is what conservatism is all about. It's just about being trolls. Did I upset you? Did I make fun of you? Vote for me. That's all they care about. They just want to watch the fucking wall burn. They have incredible hatred in their heart. And so these are the type of people they send to the highest political body in the land. This is what represents their interest. Just meanness and ugliness. And it's like a... But hey, folks, Republicans are getting better at comedy. And I'm so nervous right, I'm going to start skipping some of this stuff. I got too much stuff. We're going to cover Kyle Rittenhouse. Let's skip Kyle Rittenhouse. Fuck that guy. Trump did an interview and claimed the grocery stores don't have bread. Gotta disagree, dog. I've been to the grocery store a bunch. They have tons of fucking bread. Now, I do remember when you were president and they didn't have toilet paper and paper towels and shit. I do remember that, Trump, but let's not think about that, right? Speaking of fucking morons, Herschel Walker, remember last week he was saying, hey, if evolution is real, why do monkeys still exist? Probably the stupidest fucking thing anybody could goddamn say. A question that you could just Google the answer and learn why it's stupid in 3 seconds. Well, shocker, folks. Turns out he's been lying about his academic background. Apparently for years, he's been telling people that he graduated in the top 1% of his class at the University of Georgia. Shocker! He didn't graduate, period, much less in the top 1% of the class. He was a B student. He's also been bragging for years that he was a valedictorian of his high school class, which didn't have a valedictorian. So, liar, pants on fire, but he won't be held accountable for this because Republicans do not give a shit. They love being lied to. All he'll do is play the victim. He'll say, the left-wing media is trying to cancel me by quoting my exact words. Don't let them do this or else the woke win. And the Republicans will go vote for him in droves and he'll win. That's how that shit works. And, of course, his annoying son, Krystal Walker, who it's almost like he's playing a game to be the most unlikable person on earth, always playing the victim, says, I feel like I'm living in Jim Crow South. I can't go to class safely because liberals are intolerant and hateful. What he's bitching about here is free speech. He can't go around without people telling him exactly what they think of his ass. Exactly as they should. This is free speech. Learn to love it, motherfucker. You dish it out, but you can't take it. And did you hear? Congress, some of them are actually trying to do the right thing. And lowering the cost of insulin. I think it's lowering it cost to, what is it? Like $25 a month, whatever. And of course, 193 Republicans voted against it. Because they're fucking evil. Now, of course, it just should not be insulin only that is fixed in price. The entire medical industry should be fixed in price. We should have universal health care, but hey, maybe this is a start of things, and at least they're fucking doing something. So good on you. But of course, the Republicans took to the House floor and bitched and moaned. Today, try to make it seem like this is a bad thing. And their takes are not that great. Here's Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers.
Today, it's the government fixing the price on insulin. What's next? Gas?
Hopefully, yes. That would be great. We should nationalize all oil companies. We should absolutely be fixing the price of gas. We should be fixing the price of all the medical institutions, right? Stop threatening me with a good time. Fucking assholes.
Food?
Yes.
History tells us that price fixing doesn't work.
It does. It does. Every other first world country of the United States has better medical care than we do, pretty much. We're one of the dead last motherfuckers in quality of life. As far as first world countries are concerned. It works. Might want to crack a book. And Clay Clark, super manly alpha male. Clay Clark wants you guys to know just how unbelievably fucking manly he is. This is what peak physical performance is, folks. You might not like it, but it's reality.
You don't need the majority to agree with you to be right. So when I started my research, I remember the first client calls me, are you going to meet this week with COVID? Yes, I'm going to meet every week. I am 41 years old. I have not had a sick day in 23 years. I do not call in sick. I don't call in gay. I don't call in gender confused. I don't call... When my dad died of Lou Gehrig's disease, I had some barbecue and went back to work because that is what a man does. I am an alpha toxic male to the next level.
Super alpha. Nothing more alpha than not mourning the death of your father. Fuck you, daddy. Gonna have some barbecue and go back to work. Who cares? Good Lord. Just hilarious. This is why we talk about toxic masculinity, folks. It's not beneficial to you. It's quite harmful. Should we watch something else he said? Mm-hmm. Oh, sure. Nah, let's skip it. We're about out of time. All right, let's roll. Next up, Sherry Tenpenny, the crank that's been going around convincing people not to get vaccinated. One of the main quacks that anti-vaxxers like to trout out to support their ideas, has some words of wisdom for us. Let's have a listen.
The more shots you get, the more you destroy your immune system, and the faster that happens. And it's anticipated. The German data says that by the end of 2022, every fully vaccinated person over the age of 30 may have the equivalent of full-blown vaccine-induced immune-suppressed AIDS.
Oh no, we got the AIDS. No, I can't believe. What's that? That's not true at all. The German thing doesn't say that. Okay. Shocker. Fear-mongering's all they fucking got. They've been proven wrong about the vaccine. We know the efficacy of it. We know how many lives it saves, but they're never, ever going to admit they were fucking wrong because they're shameless grifters and there's still $1 to be made. You almost got to admire the grift. They never stop grifting. And, folks, starting to think that these motherfuckers might be out of their goddamn mind. Here's a Trump supporter who said that Judge Ketanji Jackson Brown needs the chainsaw treatment, basically threatening her life. Got a visit from the Secret Service. You'll never believe how this ends. Let's have a listen.
I just want to let all those fucking snakes out there know that the Secret Service just stopped by and questioned me, and I will be posting 2 papers that I had to sign to verify they...
Love his hat. Look, the Punisher, Trump, because isn't Trump so tough? You know, isn't he a badass, in-shape murderer like the Punisher was?
Wouldn't let me take a picture with them, and they wouldn't even give me a business card for some reason. So, they did let me take a picture with William Bogdala, the Winter Harbor police officer that brought him over here. But, yes, all you fucking hating cocksuckers, the Secret Service just came by and questioned me and all this. A lot of...
Well, good. You know, at least what he's saying is not that crazy. You know, at least I can understand. I sort of feel you a little bit.
Stupid shit, redundant questions they should have known. But yeah, I want you to know that. And Trump, I know you're watching. And I know the Space Force is watching. And I know all those people that are out are watching over me. And all those extraterrestrials that are watching me are watching me. I just want...
All those extraterrestrials that are watching him are watching him. Totally reality. Nothing to fear. Judge Ketanji Jackson. This dude seems perfectly sane. And Caitlyn Jenner, shockingly, joined Fox News as a contributor. It's going to be hilarious to watch the Fox News audience turn on her. I hope the first question they ask her when she's on there is to define what a woman is. This is the question that they seem to think is such a gotcha. I can't wait to see them shit on her when she tries to answer this question. But obviously, they're doing the same thing they always do. The same reason they invite, don't pee on me, go away. The same thing they do, go away, you go away. Shoot, go away with your pissing ass. I don't want that for me. No thank you, miss. Super cool, 10 cats. Anyway, the only reason they're hiring her to do this, obviously, is because they want to be both homophobic and as transphobic as fucking humanly possible. And so they want to bring her on. So when they cover these issues, people can say, what? You're saying Caitlyn Jenner is transphobic? How can a transgender woman be transphobic? This transgender woman agrees with us. We must not be transphobic. We must be right. I mean, it's so obviously transparent what the fuck they're doing. She is clearly a token, but we'll cover it and shit all over her as she spreads trans panic and trans fear everywhere, as we know she's absolutely going to do. And it's going to happen exactly like I said. So I'll put it out when it does. That'll be cool. And all right, folks, that's my CHUD Watch. Hell yeah. Man, we have such a big show to get. Maybe I have to skip some of this show. Maybe I'll do some of this show on Monday. We'll see. Anyway, let's check the Super Chats. Super Chats! Pub night. The irony of the right liking Francis Castellone, the Punisher, is that he literally kills corrupt politicians, cops, lawyers, pedophile priests, and rabbis. And shady government agents like AKA their bays. Yeah, but don't tell them that. It's like if you tell them that Orwell was a socialist. Shh, don't think about it. The right seems to be this raging beast that is out of control with several heads on a big tail. And wait, doesn't the Bible say something about that? Yep. I think they might be. What is it? The multi-headed beast, Jezebel with the mouth of, I don't know. I can't remember. Bible stupid. David Rose, can't believe we let our dust buddy lapse. Hey, we're to E and keep it rocking for all the crit thinkers. Yep. From me and the wife, Leanna. Hey, what's up, Leanna? Thank you guys for supporting the show. Appreciate it. And welcome back to the Dust Buddies, David Rose. Hit the big time. Hell yeah. Hit the big time. Everybody hit the like button, please. And E says, I make custom electric skateboards, tattoos, and sell alignment. Bug off. Yep. He does all kinds of shit. Hey, Dusty. You ain't got to read. I already read that. Cool. Jenner is plausible deniability. Yep. Token. Just like I said. All right. Cool. Next up, gonna do a very short Karen section. I bet you can't tell me why. Anybody? 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 It's because... Bitch! You're caring too much! Somebody told me yesterday that Karen was a sexist term. And I'm like half the people I call Karen are men. I mean, I guess if it was only used towards women, I could see that. But it's kind of a universal term that it's been used for anybody who makes a fool of themselves in public. And this is not even really a Karen video, but it's in the Karen section. I got to put it somewhere. This went super viral. Did you guys say this one? So apparently this dude is winning the race. And this other dude wasn't even in the race. But he was like almost blocking the track. So this dude went by the first time and told him to get out of the way. And so as he came by the second time, this happened. Yeah, got sucker punched. So that's bad. Not what you want. Apparently he got suspended from school and banned from the school premises. Oh, bad life decision. One moment of stupidity going to affect your entire life. Some toxic masculine bullshit. I got disrespected, so I got to go punch this person. Fucking moron. And you guys heard about all these people that are going around putting stickers on gas station pumps that say Joe Biden did this. Well, apparently it's against the law. And they're getting the cops called on them. And they're not taking it very well. What is it? I'm trying to think of the word. Vandalism. That's what it is. You're vandalizing the pumps. But it's okay when they do it. The law and order people never really give a shit about law and order. It's always law and order for other people. Anyway, this guy put stickers on the pump. And it didn't go well for him. Let's have a look. And yeah, you got tackled, dude. You got tackled. Now you gotta go to jail. Get on your back, get on your stomach. Put your hands on your back, dude. You committed vandalism.
You're fighting me! Look at this! I'm gonna get a fucking camera out of here! Jesus Christ!
Yep, here's the consequences of your actions. Enjoy it, fucking moron. Never did this, though, when the gas prices were higher under Trump, did it? It's almost like they're full of fucking shit and don't actually care. It's all political. And then this one, folks, they're still doing it. This lady on the back of the plane, she's refused to put her mask on. She's holding like food, pretending like she's going to eat the food the whole flight, but it's just an excuse not to put her mask on because she's trying to make a scene. She's trying to prove something. Then she's going to compare herself to Rosa Parks because of fucking course she is. Everybody hates you.
Hi there. How are you?
So we're not going to wear the mask today?
No, I didn't say that. I never said that.
You're not wearing one now?
No, because I'm actively drinking. I have an apple and a banana right here that I was going to eat.
Right now, I'm going to ask you to resist.
Why would that be? I was told
I'm going to make you
I would like you to tell me what the rules are. If I'm actively eating or drinking, then I can pull down my mask, right? So that's what I was told on my last plane, and I sat next to a plane.
Either the plane with me or I have the PPD. Which option would you like?
I would like for you to tell me why you're asking me to do mine.
I'm going to ask you to get after me. We'll do with you after he brings up.
If you need, you got to do what you got to do, right? If we don't take a stand now.
He's telling her that you either got to get off the plane or we're going to deplane the entire plane, inconvenience everybody else because of you. So what do you choose? Are you going to get up and leave and not inconvenience everybody else? Or are you going to be completely fucking selfish and sit there so we have to burden everybody else with your bullshit?
Right? You're not telling me what that's for, right? That's not an option. Okay? That's not an option. You know what? If they need to handle it, they can handle it. Right? Yeah, that's fine. What do you think? What?
Get her ass.
Come on, what?
Do you drive on the wrong side of the road?
No.
Okay, it's a rule.
You guys
put the mask on.
You guys go with everything. I don't
Put the mask on.
I don't have a problem putting the mask on. Now he wants me to get off no matter what. So what do you do? Right?
Show her ass is her goal.
We have off the aircraft meeting. We have to take everyone off the aircraft. Are you serious?
She doesn't care. She doesn't give a fuck about you guys. It's all about her. She's a hero in her own mind.
Because you want to act like a child.
I'm not acting like a child.
What point are you trying to prove?
You have to leave your items. We got to stand.
No, you're standing with you.
Yeah, standing with you. You're about to stand up and leave. We had history stand. We had people in history stand.
I hope they let you fly because we're going to get out when we get to Long Beach. Right. I hope they let you fly.
You know what? That's okay.
We have to get out.
We have to get out because this woman real. That's not on me.
It's not on me. Don't blame me for my actions.
Okay, everyone, if you calmly come off, just leave your stuff in your seat. You'll get the same seat when you get back on.
Right.
Grab your boarding passes.
Look how arrogant she is and privileged. Does not give a fuck about her fellow human beings.
That's all I got to say. Right, we got to stand for something. Stand for something on your own time. You didn't pay for nobody's flight. You didn't do. Don't want to take off her mask. I'm so mad. You know, I like to see
because they have to remove her dumbass off the train.
Yep, everybody hates you, Karen. You're not a hero. You're a social pariah. So here's the attention you ordered. And next up, cringe warning. Warning you right now, you might break ribs cringing. So if you are prone to cringe injuries, turn away. And so apparently, like I told you guys before, when they have like city council meetings, it's the new open mic night for cringy assholes. So I guess this guy has decided to dress like a social justice warrior or somebody who is woke. And he's about to do a little skit pretending he is like one of these woke people, I guess, to parody people that he considers woke. And good God, this is why conservatives are not funny. It's just embarrassing. This guy like planned this out. He got him an outfit. He put it all together and thought this was a good idea to do in public. Good Lord, God help us all.
I am offended that our children are not receiving affordable gender reassignment surgery along with hormone blockers and access to abortions. This alone is a threat to our democracy, as Justin Trudeau only says. It just shows that you people do not care about our children, and that these are the same people who refuse to obey the science and get fully vaccinated. It's science, people! Science! Science! And you are selfish murderers. I could die. Don't you people care about my life? You racist, insensitive, homophobic pigs. My My 14-year-old openly gay sibling's transgender offspring also has 2 daddies who love them, their offspring so much, and CPS is working overtime to take their child away. However, my biggest concern is that my sibling's offspring isn't allowed to play in the 8-year-old girls basketball league at the YMCA. This alone is showcasing the worst form of transphobia and is a threat to our democracy. My sibling's transgender offspring feels like an 8-year-old girl. Therefore, they should be able to play in the 8-year-old girls league. Imagine living in a world where a little transgender offspring isn't allowed to follow their dreams because of transphobic.
I gotta stop it. I can't listen anymore, folks. Good God. Just wow, dude. Wow, man. Talk about a woman repellent. Like, this is why they call you guys incels. It's like you can't possibly think any woman would want to be with you when you behave this way. That hurts my brain. Agreed. Like, hurts my pride as a person that tells jokes for a living. And one more, folks. You know what the problem in society is? The youngs. Oh, you youngs out there ruining the whole goddamn world. What's wrong with y'all? So anyway, apparently this woman left her dog in a hot car and somebody said, hey, you shouldn't do that. And she didn't take it very well. Let's have a look. Go, Karen, go, Karen, go.
Who's a vet tech certified what to do? Go away, you fucking idiots. Goddamn liberal idiots today. Sick of these fucking young people. Goddamn young people. That's what's wrong with us, bro.
That's right, folks. You fucking youngs out there having fun and caring about dogs. I bet you guys are having sex with each other too. You're disgusting young sex. Why can't you just die and leave this world to us old motherfuckers? Yikes. And all right, cool. That is my Karen section. Hit the like button, everybody. Do it. We're going to jump into the next section because we're almost into overtime and everybody loves overtime. So reward me for overtime. And first off, this is a section I like to call What the Fuck? And first off on What the Fuck? Did you guys hear about this one? 5 fetuses found in home of anti-abortion activist Lauren Handy. Gotta hear more about this story.
It was video you saw here first on WUSA 9. Bizarre and chilling. Our crew was there yesterday as D.C. police collected 5 fetuses from inside the home of an anti-abortion rights activist. Her name, Lauren Handy. This was in the Capitol Hill neighborhood of Southeast along 6th Street. Our Casey Nolan has been following new developments in this story. And Casey, there is more to this than just an investigation into why those fetuses were in that home.
Yeah, that's right, Adam. 2 separate investigations, we're told, now happening at the same time. D.C. police...
So, your long story short, they busted it for like a different reason. She was like busting into abortion clinics and chaining themselves into the abortion clinics and causing all kinds of problems. And they got into there and they found 5 aborted fetuses just laying around her place. So, super cool. And when they asked her, this is her. When I asked anti-abortion activist Lauren Handy what homicide detectives pulled out of her house Wednesday, she only said people will freak out when they hear. Yeah, you think? Wonder why? Definitely not strange and creepy at all there, Lauren Handy. Good God. I can only assume that she bought these aborted fetuses to try to, I don't know, maybe she was trying to mail them to abortion doctors or use them in some kind of propaganda or something. Who the fuck knows? But weird. You are weird. Your life is going to change for the worse, in my opinion, because of this. And you guys hear about the former president of Yale who stole $40 million in electronics? Yeah. What the fuck? Man, Yale making some money. I'll tell you what, if the principal of Yale can steal $40 million without anybody noticing, imagine how much money that school is making. So, former Yale administrator Jamie Patron, 42, pled guilty Monday in federal court to 2 counts of wire fraud and tax offense for her role in the plot. So, she was just ordering all kinds of computers and shit, electronic equipment for her school, and then selling them to a third party. who would then go sell them to the public, and then she'd split the money with them. Made $40 million, bought herself several houses and expensive cars and shit. I mean, I'm almost impressed with this grift. How do you get away with this kind of shit? But apparently, they are corrupt as fuck as jail. Just saying, if you go there, might want to stop giving them money. Might want to find some better place to donate to. And was she selling them? Yes. She had like I guess it was another person's business who would sell them for her. So she would basically ship the computers to the other person. They would sell them to the public and then give her half the money or whatnot. So, yep. Craziness. And one more. Let's check in with Florida and see what Florida man is up to this week. Florida man accused of tackling deputy, kissing stepsister, and attacking parents. Pretty much exactly what I expected from Florida man.
Right now on the news edge at 6:30, a 22-year-old man caught on camera attacking a deputy after that deputy responds to a front yard brawl.
The deputy pulled his taser, but he missed. Fox 35's Dave Puglisi has more.
It was 22-year-old Russell Slimmon's birthday when police say that he forcibly kissed a teenage girl. Then witnesses say he tried to strangle his stepfather.
Stepdad is pulling a gun out on him. I'm scared, ma'am. Please help me.
This is the chaotic scene deputies found on Babcock Avenue.
Everyone get on the ground now!
The deputy with his taser drawn appears to have the fight broken up when 22-year-old Russell Slimmon charges the officer.
It never had to happen.
Glenn Ford still has bruises on his face and 2 fractured ribs from the fight with his stepson.
Every bit of this tracks.
He says it all started when he asked Russell to leave after Russell forcibly grabbed a 16-year-old girl and kissed her.
His stepsister. Grabbed dog leash. I was looking at the TV like you saw me. As he walked behind me, he moved his mom out of the way, wrapped the leash around my neck, and pulled me off of the chair and started strangling me right there on the ground.
With a dog leash? Ford says he started to black out.
Thought I was going to die.
The incident report states Russell also tried to strangle his mother when she stepped in. Ford says he got up and grabbed his shotgun, which led the fight outside.
He almost got shot here, and he almost got shot again. You know, and the cop told my wife he had every right to put him in his place with a gun because he was being strangled from behind.
Russell is facing 10 charges, including 8 felonies. Some of those charges include battery, child.
Is that my uncle? Yeah, my uncle daddy. Hell yeah, second cousins don't count. Neither do stepsisters, but yep, Florida going exactly like you would expect. Amazing there, Lynyrd Synrd. Writing more songs about how amazing Florida is. And all right, cool. That's my what the fuck section. Short and sweet, like me, baby. And next, we go rolling right into the next section. It's a little something I like to call Russia, Russia, Russia. Nailed it. Timing perfect. Boom. Ha-ha. Can't do any better. Fuck y'all. And first off, on Russia, Russia, Russia. Look, I ain't saying who did this, but apparently somebody flew helicopters into Russia and shot missiles into an oil storage facility. There it goes. Helicopters flying in. Here comes another one. Boom! Explosion! I don't know who could have done this. Some people are saying the Ukrainians did it. The Russians think so, but the Ukrainians said, wasn't us. Wasn't me. Doop-de-doop-doop-doo. Wasn't me. And not gonna accuse them, but they did it, folks. They did it. They're taking the war to Russia. And I don't blame them. Like, don't sit by and allow them to refuel their trucks and shit while you don't defend your lands by attacking their lands. Like, doing this is actually a pretty good idea. I'm not saying the Ukrainians did. I'm just saying if they did it, it's a good idea, because then Russia has to like pull troops and stuff to start defending oil reserves and stuff inside their own country, oil manufacturings and shit. And so that kind of splits their troops up. Might be a good idea. Don't know. Just my opinion. But Russia mad about it. Russia's like, hey, you guys bombing our country sure does make these peace talks awkward. Yeah, I dare you attack a country for no reason. It just makes it super awkward to sit down and talk to you about ceasefires, dudes. Who you calling a hypocrite? says Russia. And anything else? Oh yeah, folks. Next up on how to make your butt pucker. Here's what it's like to drive on the roads in Kiev, apparently. Yeah, those are road mines. And they're driving. Yeah. Oh, shit. Not me. Hell no. How do you not shit your britches? Why? All of the questions don't go there. That is the wrong direction to go. There are mines that don't do it. Don't drive over the mines. Why? Okay, all right, just do it then. You go on with your bad self. I don't know. I wouldn't do it, but hey, do what you gotta do, I guess. And then apparently, there was footage of these Ukrainian soldiers moving mines off the road, and they just using their feet. What? At least get a stick. Don't you guys have sticks over there in Ukraine? I know my ass wouldn't be anywhere fucking near those goddamn things. Now, I do know these things are supposedly like they're anti-tank mines, and it takes like 150 pounds or more of pressure to set them off. So they're unlikely to go off if you move with your foot. But still, hell to the fucking no, to the no. Don't do that. Get a stick, motherfuckers. That's just crazy. I like my life too much for this shit. I am a pussy. All right. That's my very short Russia section this week. I don't know, but the war seems to be going really well for Russia. Not really. Next up, little section I like to call Beyond Parody. God damn it. Where's my graphic for this? I don't have my graphic up. All right, just pretend like I have a graphic that says Beyond Parody. Beyond Parody. I didn't even spell parody right. You know why? Because I am beyond parody, motherfuckers. But did it. Flawless, as always. And first off, little post from Nullywin, also known as ContraPoints, has a screenshot from the latest Jimmy Doorknob video. Jimmy Dore wants you to know left-wing YouTubers have been co-opted by security state. That's right. The video is called YouTube and the CIA. Definitely. If there's one thing I know about H Bomber Guy and ContraPoints, it's how much they're working for the CIA. It's just gotta be true, folks. But this is another example of how when you're doing something wrong, you always point your finger at the other person. Because this is clearly Russian disinfo agent asset, Jimmy Dore. I'm not saying 100% know that Jimmy Dore is working for the Russians, but he is 100% working for the Russians. No doubt about it, except I have lots of doubt. Don't sue me, but he's definitely a Russian disinfo asset. But anyway, this is like you point. See, they're for the CIA, says the guy working for the fucking Kremlin. So where you at, doorknobs? I know where you're at. You're fucked off, because I told you guys to fuck off many times. And yes, Jimmy Dore is absolutely beyond parody. Dusty is a narc. Totally gonna narc all you motherfuckers out. That's not where the cart goes. You guys ever watch the cart narcs? I love the cart narcs. Some of you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, next up. You can't get any more beyond parody than Jordan fucking Peterson. Like, holy shit, how's this real life? So conservatives, young conservative men apparently need to be told how to live. They need a daddy to teach them life. And of course, just as you would expect, conservative incels pick the most miserable human being on the planet to be their self-help guru. Literally, Jordan Peterson is simply asked how he's doing. Like, I almost feel bad for this guy. One of the most miserable people on the planet. How is he a self-help guru? How does he have best-selling books on self-help when he looks like he's about to blow his brains out any second, y'all?
Is what I was going to ask you that question.
Aim to be good and pray for happiness.
So the question I was going to is pretty much that is, what is a better question for me to ask you if I'm checking in on you? Because we asked that question with good intentions. Are you happy? What's a better question for me to ask Jordan Peterson?
How are you doing?
How are you doing? How are you doing?
Brilliantly and terribly. That's... You know, when you listen to a profound piece of music, one that sort of spans the whole emotional experience, it's not happy. Happy is elevator music, and probably you just shouldn't listen to that at all, right? And you think, why? Well, it's harmless, it's treacly, it's sweet.
So basically, he's asked how he is, and he just starts crying. He starts crying like
at the same
people
time.
ask me all the time, how are you? You know what I say? I say, I'm fucking awesome. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? Because I am fucking awesome. It's just hilarious that this is who conservatives have chosen to be their self-help guru. Why choose one of the most miserable human beings who've ever lived to try to teach you how to live a decent, happy life? Like, bad choice, conservatives, but not shocking. But definitely beyond parody. And speaking of beyond parody, folks, so shameless grifter and Nazi adjacent asshole who gives kill lists to Anton Waffen, Andy Nogo, did a little interview with Jordan Peterson and was like, hey, Jordan, why do you think Antifa is so evil? And could you be more pretentious than this goddamn asshole? Let's watch.
Wanted to ask you about based on your knowledge, your background, your clinical experience, what is the psychology of this mob violence? When I see it, I don't even recognize some of these. They seem animalistic, is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals. They're worse than animals, because animals, they just kill to eat, you know. Human beings, they have a twist in them that makes them far worse than animals when they really get going. Well, I think you really want to know what I think? I think it's revenge against God for the crime of being. That's really what I think. It's Cain and Abel. It's like, God. Oh, Abel's your guy, eh, God? How about if I take him out in the field and beat him to death? How do you feel about that? All my sacrifices went unrewarded. Yeah. It's like, yeah, that's what it is at the bottom of the hell of things.
That's what it is. I'm about to cry again, folks. I'm about to cry because, really? Antifa just hates God. What the fuck? No. You know what they hate? Fascism. Like everybody should hate. It's pretty simple, Jordan Peterson. Like, I don't have to make fun of this, folks. I don't even have to write jokes. This whole goddamn show writes itself. Beyond parody. Golden age of comedy. Thank you. Thank you, programmer god of this dark comedy. It's hilarious. And speaking of beyond parody, folks. All right, I'm going to skip this one. We're already 11 minutes in. Let's skip James Lindsay. Let's skip... Let's skip more James Lindsay. James Lindsay basically saying that Jordan Peterson is right, and it's just so stupid what he says. I'm going to go ahead and skip it. Who cares? And then, folks, speaking of beyond parody, shamelessness is their superpower. So this is Laura Trump, married to one of Trump's kids. You remember when Trump said, I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything. So with no hint of irony whatsoever, Laura Trump goes on Fox News and gives this opinion about Will Smith.
If any average person did that, they would be in jail. They'd be locked up. They at least would have been arrested or questioned by the police at this point. But it shows you the double standard that exists. It shows you that when you're a Hollywood celebrity, and this is basically, I think, what people took from this, you can get away with anything. I mean, if any...
How is this real life? They know. They have to know, right? This has to be a troll. They have to be fucking trolling us. They literally cannot possibly be this unself-aware. Can they? Maybe, I don't know. But definitely beyond parody. And Newsmax, real worried that they might turn Davy Crockett into a transgender. Sure, why not? Oh my God, let's have a look.
This is a very important cultural shift in America, where a major corporation that sole business is to provide content to our littlest, most vulnerable minds now wants to inject a very radical agenda. Your thoughts?
Well, you know, the sexualization of America's youth is not something new.
Acknowledging gay people exist is not sexualization.
Fortunate that those videos came out from those executives, because now they've exposed themselves for what they're trying to do. The other thing is, I'm looking at the parents of America. You know, this stuff has been going on, as I said, for a long time, and they're finally starting to wake up. They should have woken up a long time ago, speaking of getting woken. But
being woke's bad, right?
Now, somebody's got to put their foot down. And right now, guess who did? Ron DeSantis and the legislature in Florida said, no way, you're not getting away with this stuff anymore. And now Disney says they're doubling down. I can't believe they're doing that. You know, Walt Disney used to come on every Sunday, and he had that wonderful show, The Wonderful World of Color, and he gave a little narration, and they showed you good, wholesome entertainment that the whole family could watch and enjoy. And now we've gotten into this whole, you know, woke culture. We've gotten into the whole gay culture. And quite frankly, I hope they don't try and take Davy Crockett and make him a transgender and call him Queen of the Wild Frontier.
Actually, that sounds awesome. I've never given a shit about Davy Crockett before, but I would watch that. I want to see Davy Crockett transition in the Wild Frontier. That would be wild. And one more, folks. I'm going to skip it. Never mind. I was going to shit on Bill Maher for talking about how the Will Smith thing is cancel culture. But we're sick of Bill Maher, aren't we? Let's go ahead and skip that. And now I'm going to do my one palate cleanser, folks. It's time to end this show. Let's smother this baby in the crib. Inappropriate. So they did some scientific research, and they found out that if a big lion and shit has a stuffed animal or some kind of toy that they like, that if you inject them with oxytocin, you can get like half closer to them and take their toys without them murdering you. But apparently it does not work for their food. They're still incredibly territorial about their food. So like, the lesson we've learned from this apparently is that if you want to steal a stuffed animal from a lion, just shoot that motherfucker with oxytocin. It works. And if you want to steal his food, you have to kill him, unfortunately. You have to kill him before you can take it. So thank you, science. I've always wondered what the best way to take toys and food from a lion is. And now we know. It's kind of interesting, though, how we're like just chemical robots programmed by our biology to react to the hormones and chemicals and stuff that basically control us. What do you mean what do you mean that free will doesn't exist? It doesn't really, though. Determinism is probably most likely, and free will is just an illusion. But, you know, it's a very consistent illusion. So I'm going to still pretend like I have free will, even though I probably don't. And that's it for me, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's check the super chats. I don't think we're going to do I don't have my kitty treats, so I guess I'm going to do the kitty part. I don't know what the fuck my kitty treats are. But anyway, Pub Night. Dusty, should we tell the alt-right that the original cowboys and bandits were black men who were fighting against white racists? Do it. Ruin cowboys for them. Zach Delmoro, $20. Very generous. Thank you, Zach. Thanks for the quality and content and all you do for the animals, Dusty. Treats for a future kitty party on me. Hell yeah. The cats love you, and I do too, Zach. Says, can you just hit the like button for my birthday? Please, everybody. Please, sir. Can we have some more likes for E? Do it. Do it for E. Mecca, $10. Thank you, Mecca. Good to see you tonight. Chris Chan is a better representative from trans women than Jenner. Yeah, that's a bad representative, but probably. I don't know if that's true. I think probably that's a little too much. But yeah, Caitlyn Jenner is definitely a horrible representation for the trans community. No doubt about it. Look forward to your coverage. Cool. Thank you, Ben Rodrigo. Thanks, Dusty. XOXO. X's and O's. Thank you. Christine Fredrickson. Good to see you tonight. Just started out the show, so this comment going to be late, but I'm a union member. And what people don't realize is the power of collective bargaining. The union is one of the best tools available to the American worker. Hell yeah, everything should be unionized, especially when we have people that have like $500 goddamn billion. No way you can have that amount of money morally. You have to be stealing it from your workers. So let's get that shit back a little bit. Selenia Trump did it. He opened up oil and gas exports, and now the oil companies are refusing to curb exports. Yep. They have record numbers of leases to drill. Plenty of oil to go around, but they're just gouging us, right? That's what they do. That's why we should nationalize the oil companies. Pass the savings on to ourselves. Doc is 23, very generous. Thank you, Doc. It's good to see you tonight. Well done, Dusty. Hey, well done to you, Dead Pirate Tattoo. Happy birthday, my brother. Love you, dude. Jenner, I already read that. All right, anything else pop up? Thanks for the show, Dusty. Hey, thank you, Stabby Cat. Appreciate it. Good to see you tonight. All right. No. Kitty party tonight, but it's already like 20 minutes past, so kitty party next show. Please hit the like button before you go. I have a Patreon, patreon.com/SCODcast. You know how it works. If you like me, if you want to support the show, please do so. And folks, I'll be back on Monday for another amazing special episode of the greatest show in the history of mankind. So please consider tuning in. 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. It's way more fun if you tune in live because you can chat with the greatest audience on YouTube and help make jokes. After the show, I go back and I go over here and I read all the comments you guys said throughout the show. And you guys are fucking hilarious. You guys make the show what it is. At least half the fun is you guys. So thank you for doing what you do and thank you for supporting the show. I love the shit out of you guys. I will see you on Monday. It's just a couple days away. Have a good weekend. See you guys soon. And as always, till next time. Logic. Fuck yes, everybody. And as always, we're going to play a little experience machine, an original song by Dusty Smith to play us out. Good night, everybody. Go! Love you. You the man!